Hi socialites, and welcome back to another beautiful interesting tutorial. So in this one today guys, as you can see, I'm going to be taking you through the entire process of pattern drafting and sewing this beautiful dress. So without further ado guys, join me as I take you through the making of this beautiful dress. To get started with this tutorial, I'm going to be marking out all the vertical measurements, and those are the armhole length, the breast point, the under bust, and then the half waist. Okay, so here we have the armhole length, which is 9, the breast point, which is 11, the under bust, and then the half waist. Okay, and we come to the center point of the pattern paper, we mark the same thing, and then at the extreme end of the pattern paper we mark the same thing. Okay, so we have all those points connected horizontally, and after connecting the points, so I'm going to be writing out all the points. Here is the armhole, the breast point, the under bust, and of course the half waist. Okay, so here is our center fold area for the front, and from that we are going to be marking our shoulder divided by 2, which is going to give us 7 3/4. And I come to the armhole length, I mark the same thing, 7 3/4, that is 15.5 divided by 2, and then I connect with a vertical line just like so. So here is our armhole length or armhole area. Because our shoulder is slanted and not straight, we are going to be coming down by 0.75, that is 3/4 of an inch, and here we have that. Okay, and from that point to the left of the remaining of the armhole length, we are going to be folding our taper like so we can get the midpoint. And at that midpoint, I'm going to be coming in by half an inch, and with these 2 points, this is how our armhole curve is going to go. But before we do that, we are going to get our bust measurement divided by 4. So whatever that gives us, we mark that, and that is going to act as our third point for our armhole curve. Okay, so you can use any of this for your armhole curve depending on what is available to you. So but I'm going to be using this particular one. So with this, I have the 3 points of the armhole connected just as you can see. And the next thing is the neckline. So for the neckline, I'm going to be using a neck width of 2.5 inches because it has a collar. And then for the neck depth, I'm going to be using 3.5 inches or 3 inches. Okay, so I have that connected as you can see. So after the neckline, the next thing we are going to be connecting our shoulder slant. That's from the shoulder to the base of the neckline, that's the shoulder slant. Okay, and next we are going to be getting our breast distance measurement divided by 2, that's the nipple to nipple measurement. So we have it as 8 inches, we divide by 2 to give us 4 inches. So from the center fold area, we mark 4 inches at the half waist length and at the breast point, and connect with a straight line like so. At the under bust, in between the dart line, we are going to be marking half inch between the dart line, and at the half waist we're going to be doing the same thing, half inch between the dart line, and then we connect with a straight line from the under bust down to the half waist length. Okay, and after that we're going to be connecting to the breast point upward using our curve rule area, but not the two curvy parts, a bit curvy. Okay, either this place or this particular one that is not too curvy. So I place that and I connect from the under bust to the breast point, or from the breast point to the under bust, as you can see. Okay, so now we're done with the dart. The next thing is to get our body circumference measurements divided by 4. We already have the bust divided by 4 to be here, so we come down to the under bust, we divide by 4. Whatever that gives us, we have it marked, and then we add our 1 inch for the dart, we have that marked out. At the waist, we do the same thing, we divide by 4, add your dart allowance, and we have that, and we are going to be connecting from the armhole down to the half waist length just as you can see. So at this point we have the breast dart to mark. Okay, so for the half waist length of the front and back, we always know that the front is always longer in most cases, and here the front is longer by 2 inches. So from the breast point downwards, we mark 2 inches like so, and then we're going to be connecting back to this point as you can see. So like I said, here is the breast dart, and then here is the under bust dart. Okay, and at this point the next thing to do is to draft out the white part of the dress. Okay, so from this midpoint of the armhole, we are going to be measuring it from the top of our pattern paper. That gives us 5 inches. So we are going to be marking 5 inches from that point to this particular point, and then we connect horizontally like so. But for the width of the length of this connection is going to be 3.5 inches from this armhole curve area. Can you see that? So I'm going to be marking 3.5 inches. That is where this connection or this horizontal line stops. Remember that this point is not included in the 3.5. So at the under bust, we are going to be connecting this point to the under bust like so. But before we do that, we are going to be coming up by either half an inch or 1 inch, but I used half an inch from the under bust, and we are going to be connecting with our curve rule, just as you can see. So from this point we connect to half inch above the under bust. Okay, so this point you can curve it or you can leave it when you are stitching. You do that. Okay, it's not supposed to be pointed, as you can see. So here's the white part, and then we have here as the pattern part of the dress. So at this point, the breast dart and the under bust dart, I'm not going to be cutting them out on the pattern paper, but I'm going to be stitching exactly what we have on the dress. So this is for the back pattern. I'm trying to mark out the part I'm going to be using for that, and from this point I'm going to be marking a zipper allowance of 1.5 inches all the way down. So here is 1.5 inches for our zipper allowance, and I have those points connected vertically. Like I said, this is our zipper allowance. Okay, so from this point we are going to be marking our neck width, which is 2.5 inches like we did to the front, but for the neck depth of the back we are going to be using 1.5 inches. Okay, and we're going to be having that connected like so. So here's for the zipper allowance area, and then for the neck width proper we have that connected, just as you can see. And after the neckline, the next thing we are going to be doing is to get our shoulder. So from this our center fold, we mark our shoulder divided by 2, just like we did to the front pattern drafting. I'm doing basically the same thing with slight difference between the front and the back. So I connect with a straight line like so. I also come down by 3/4 of an inch, and then I measure the remaining of the armhole length and get the midpoint. And from that midpoint I'm going to be curving our armhole. But before I do that, just like we did to the front, I'm going to be dividing the bust measurement by 4 and have that marked out, and then I have the armhole for the back connected. You can see the difference between the front and the back armhole. So at this point I'm marking out the shoulder slant. So that's it. And then because of this our half waist length that I said the front is longer than the back, we are going to be taking out the excess that we have at the back, which is 2 inches that we use for the breast dart at the front. So I have that 2 inches marked upward. Okay, so I have this point cancelled out because we are not going to be using it for anything at the back. So this is our new half waist for the back. Okay, and next is to get our dart line for the back, and to do that, just like we did to the front, we divide the breast distance measurement by 2 and have that marked at the half waist of the back and then at the upper part like so, and I have that connected with a straight line. So at the half waist length I mark half inch between the dart line, and then I have connected with a pointed slanty line upward, just as you can see me do. And next is to impute all our body circumference measurement divided by 4. We already have the bust marked out, so we come down here, we divide the waist by 4, add our dart allowance of 1 inch, and that's it. And we're going to be connecting from the armhole downwards, just like so. Now it's time to separate the front from the back so that we can adjust our breast dart area. We're going to be adjusting the drafting at that point. So I'm going to be opening it up like so, have it placed over, as you can see me do. So once I have it placed over like so, I'm going to be reshaping this point. Can you see from the armhole to the under bust? I have that reshaped, and then I'll have it opened up again, and I'm trying to connect this blank area. So I have that connected. So this is how our reshaping goes. Like I said, I'm not going to be cutting out the darts. It's going to be like that. Everything about the dart is going to be stitched on the fabric. I'm not cutting it on the pattern paper. That is why I still had to open up the dart. So I proceeded to cutting the pattern just like so. So this is the center upper white part of the pattern, and then this is the lower part pattern area of the pattern. Okay, so this is how you can see how the cutting went at that breast dart area. So I proceeded to cutting that out, and this is what the front looks like. So to eliminate any form of zipper bulge, I'm going to be coming inward by ½ inch. You can also use 3/4 of an inch depending on how deep the person's back is. So I came in by ½ inch, and then I connected upward like so. So from that half inch, you know, our zipper allowance is 1.5. I marked 1.5 and then I connected just like so. So this is our new zipper allowance. That's why I'm marking with red. Okay, so these are new zipper allowance. That's it for the back. And then I proceeded to cutting out the back pattern. Please remember that we still have to separate cut the back pattern into a plain pattern, that is a plain white pattern, and then the pattern area of the back. Okay, we are going to be doing that shortly, but before that, this is what the front and back looks like. So for the back, I'm going to be separating the upper white part from the pattern area. So to do that, I get the front pattern, the armhole area, and then I have that placed close to the armhole of the back, and then I mark where the front terminates on the back like so. So depending on how deep you want your white to be, so for me I used 9 inches for that, and then I'm going to be connecting to the armhole with a curve rule. Okay, so I get the curve and I connect like so. Okay, that's going to separate the white from the pattern area, and then I cut out like so. So this is what the back pattern also looks like when we separate the front from the back. So these are the two beautiful fabrics we are going to be using for this particular tutorial. I have it placed well ironed out before I proceed to cutting of the fabric. So I placed the pattern at the lower part. I marked 1 inch. At the side I added 1.5 seam allowance. At the armhole area I added 1 inch. At the front here like so, half inch I added half inch as well, and armhole I added half inch. Okay, please, I hope you understand the number of inches I added all over. So I have that cut out. This is the front upper part, that is the pattern part of the dress. Okay, so I have that cut out and I open it up, and this is what it looks like. You can see. So that's it. And then for the white part, I placed like so. I have it pinned down so that it doesn't move all over the place. I added half inch between all these parts that I'm cutting at this point, half inch all over. I didn't add anything at the upper part and the neckline area. I didn't add any seam allowance. So this is it for the upper center area of the white, and if I place them together, this is what it looks like. Okay, so afterwards I'm going to be cutting the back, which I already cut. I didn't know it wasn't recording by the time I was cutting, but this is what they look like. I added half inch at this point, and then 1.5 at the side and 1 inch at the down part. Okay, so this is what the back fabric looks like after I have cut that out. Okay, so I cut the interfacing exactly what I cut on the main fabric. So for the dart, like I said, I'm going to be stitching on the fabric, and this is what it looks like. I've already used iron to iron them out so that it's easy for me to stitch just exactly what I marked on the pattern. I'm just going to be stitching that on the fabric. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So this is the main fabric, and then the one for the interfacing. I already stitched the dart area. Don't know if you can see because this fabric is very busy. I'm not sure you can see exactly what it looks like, but I already stitched both the breast dart and the under bust dart. And as you can see, the bust formation area has taken place. You can see that curve at that part. So I'm going to be stitching this V area of this, and then I already have this stitched as well. Can you see that? Just in case you are wondering why I didn't stitch the neckline, remember it has a collar, so there's no need for me to stitch or turn the neckline with the interfacing. The neckline will be taken care of with the collar when attached, and then I'm going to be ironing, and this is what it looks like after I had stitched the V part of both the upper part and the lower part. So I'm going to be placing like so and have it stitched just like so. Okay, I'm sure you remember that the sleeve also has a white part, okay, at this upper part of the sleeve. So to get that, I place the sleeve to the bodice like so, leaving half an inch for the closing of the shoulder, and then I just measure down to where the white part stopped, and then I have that notched, and I'm going to be marking that like so. Okay, so I get a chalk, and then I have that marked as you can see me do, after which I'm going to be cutting that out. Okay, so I have that cut out, and I'm going to be cutting our white with this. So after that, you can see what it looks like after I've replaced the pattern area with the white. This is what it looks like. I already started turning it with the interfacing as well. Okay, so that's it for the sleeve. So this sleeve is ready to be attached because I've done everything I need to do on the sleeve. Okay, so coming back to the upper part of the dress, this is what it looks like, and I love the fact that the bust area is looking well formed to carry the bust. Okay, so this is the importance of the breast and the under bust that. Okay, so this is what the inside looks like, looking very clean, very neat. And for the back as well, this is what it looks like after I turn with the interfacing. Like I said, the neckline is going to be taken care of when I'm fixing the collar. Okay, so this is the lower part of the dress, that's the straight part of the dress. I already turned it with the interfacing, ready for me to be joined to the upper part. This for the back. I'm going to be doing the same thing to the front. Okay, so this is for the collar. I have it placed on fold, and I measure from the center front to the center back. That's what I'm going to be measuring. So that give me 10 inches. Okay, so that's going to determine the width of this band. So I added half an inch, making 10.5 for the width, like so. Then for the that's for the length. Then for the width, I marked 5 inches here. These 5 inches are marking all the way to this other point, and I have that connected with a straight line. So at this center area, I'm going to be coming down by 3/4 of an inch. I have that mark. So after I've gotten the width, this is me remarking the width, the length measurement. Okay, so remember I said it's 10 inches. I added half an inch, and that is what I'm going to be marking at this 5 inches length that I have. So I connected with a straight line, just like so. And from that 3/4 of an inch, I connect with a curve from the center fold area to the side, just as you can see with a curve. Can you see that? Okay, and then at this other lower part of the center, I come up by half an inch, and then I'm going to be curving downwards, like so. Can you see that? Okay, so for this particular down part, I'm going to be extending it by half an inch. Okay, because of the way a collar is, one point is always pointy compared to the other. So from the 10.5, I added half an inch at this lower part, and then I connected back. So this is what the collar looks like. I'm going to be cutting 2 of this. So this is what it looks like by the time I open, but this is how I'm going to be using it. Okay, I'm going to be opening up that center fold. I'm not going to be stitching this part. I'm going to be stitching the other part, because this part is going to be attached to the bodice of, that's the neckline of the main dress. Okay, so this is what the stitching looks like. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be showing you the whole process of the neck stitching and joining. That's this video is already long enough. So I just hope from this point you already know what to do. If your fabric is soft, you can put interfacing to make it hard or thick. Then you attach to the main bodice of your dress. And guys, at the end of the day, this is what our dress came out looking like. Very nice. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial as much as I did. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching, and see you in my very next one. Bye.